this moment with you. Ooh, oh, ooh, oh, ooh. Sometimes I want to know if you're gonna be there by my side. If you're gonna stick around and be here for this beautiful life, or if we're going to be hiding our beautiful hearts from each other. Will we be together in it all, through it all? I want to believe so, 'cause it's all in the name of family healing. It's all in the name of family healing. Oh, I know it's hard to let go of control. I know it's hard to be alone and yet all one with life. It's all in the name of family healing. It's all in the name of family healing. Welcome, good morning, good morning. Wishing you a beautiful morning. Thanks for joining. Here for the family healing. It's so important, and yet it's not always easy to walk this path of greater and greater intimacy with ourselves and each other. So what is the path of family healing but a wonderful path, a holistic path of creating the life of your dreams through creating the connections and cultivating the connections that your heart truly wants to live with. Now that means everything that is not love, everything that is fear-based or uncertain or hurt, anger, secondary emotions that may get in the way of this deep intimacy that you feel with one another gets to be embraced and released, embraced, held, and interacted with and worked with. So this means that you are going to walk this path towards unity with integrity, with intention, and with some hushpah. What's the word? Some guts, some courage. Because asking for vulnerable connection with one another can be challenging. So this week's theme is intuition, and how beautiful it is that we are so deeply connected with one another that we can feel and sense what someone's going through. We can have an idea of what they might need to open their life up more, to live a more nourishing life. Oh my gosh, what a gift to be so connected and let it go. It is so important, equally important, I would argue, to be present to the intuition and then to release it. Maybe that releasing comes through some language. Hey friend, hey brother, hey sister, I would love to share something with you. This is what's on my heart. Or it's just, this is powerful intuition. I'm seeing that this person could really benefit from going on daily walks outside. That might be very well true. And it is important for their self-empowerment journey to walk into that themselves. No pun intended. So hopefully that'll make more sense. I just think of all the times that I've tried to offer people advice or get them to do something or want to share something with them, and it's just met with rejection and resistance and clashing and clunkiness, and it's because it wasn't integrous to the relationship in that moment. So, nuanced space, uncertain. So we'll just improvise a little bit on this theme, and we'll get some jazzy vibes going. I see you wanting to be true. I know your heart wants to be connected with everything you do. So why don't you try coming to yoga with me? Or why don't you fly, cry, release, and smile? How about say something positive to your heart? Or maybe you can just be in the beautiful part of this world, just as you are, just as you are. I'm not afraid to release my scars, and I'm revealing everything that you see. And under the stars is a part of me that will embrace you eternally. And you don't need to change, you don't need to change, but in order for me to come close, I'm gonna have to be a little bit directer than most. 'Cause you don't have to change for me to love you. You don't have to do anything. Ooh, yeah, it's true. But here's the thing. So, intuition, it's always teaching me how to be. It's always teaching me how to be without anything. What a sweet theme. Thank you. Spirit of improv. What a sweet offering to have so much inspiration. Yes, try this, do this, let's do this, let's share this together. And I have so many good stories. Failures and successes. I think it's all a success if we keep moving forward. And then to come to this place of, I don't need you to change in order for me to love you, but this awareness, I might need something in order for us to become closer. I might need to share something in order for us to become closer. Because of X, Y, and Z. I'm nervous that I'm going to get hurt again. It is not physically safe. It is not emotionally safe. And that's when you get to ask for what you need. But don't come arrogantly saying, my intuition is telling me that we should do this. Come vulnerably, relatively speaking. So, I can just add that I know how good it feels to be so close to someone that the intuition and the intimacy is rock on, rock solid. It's like clear, and you're like seems like you're sharing the same field of awareness, the same consciousness, the same moment. And wanting the best for someone and wanting the best for the relationship, and then just not fully interacting with that information in a healthy way, ultimately. So, I'm trying to think of my stories. we could do two negatives, two stories, one negative, one positive. Gosh, yeah, I mean, I could just say, generally speaking, any relationship in the past that I've been in, romantic or otherwise, if someone's hurting, I'm like, hey, you should try this. And they get mad, or maybe they try it and it still doesn't work. So I'm trying to think of a specific example. I think of my dad, um, and how several years ago I wanted the deeper thing, and I'm kind of revealing what I didn't know back then, but the deeper thing is that I wanted to be close with him. And I was going about that by saying what I think he needed. So I said, Dad, like you ought to go out to nature more. Like you work so much, you're on a computer so much. And I'd be kind of like secretly mean about it and a little bit like unhealthily direct. Like you should do this. Shoulding someone is an exact sign of turning it back on you. So my dad got, well, not frustrated, but he just he closed. He didn't really open to that suggestion um, vulnerably. And it did the opposite of what I was wanting, which was just like being more connected in the moment, and actually facilitated more clunkiness in the relationship. So the other side of things is this last Christmas break, winter break, I had intuitive inspiration to songwrite with my dad. And so I messaged him, called him, and he said, "Yeah, sure. That's not my thing. My dad's not a musician yet." But if that's something you want to do, then great. And so I approached that from I want to share this, and this is a little bit vulnerable to ask you. And he felt open, and it facilitated more connection. So whether we ended up doing the writing or not, we ended up feeling more connected because of that, sharing a desire and vulnerability. And that came from my intuition for many reasons, and we could back all those reasons a lot, I'm sure. So we did end up getting the song right together. We're starting a song about father-son relationship, and maybe kind of like the nuanced space of how we perceive each other and how we want our relationship to be and what might get in the way. And it's very exciting. So stay tuned for that one. And now we are here to the right now tool. Right now. I would suggest practicing this with a friend, if not the person that you're thinking of. So, as always, bringing a person to mind, get with a friend, have that person. You can take turns, hold space for each other, and connect to where this relationship is at. Ask yourself, what do I think this relationship needs? So I'm focusing on my cousin right now, Andrew. What do I think this relationship needs? And I could say maybe it needs more vulnerability. That's what I think. It needs more like spacious vulnerability, like maybe some tears or some anger or just some like emotional expression. And then from there, taking a deep breath with you're doing this with a person, maybe 5-minute timer. And from there, you're checking in, okay, this is what I think it needs. Then you're going to come to this person and you're going to do it kind of the like clunky way. You're going to say, "Hey, so-and-so, I think we need this." And they're going to respond however they feel like this person would respond, with some like kind of openness, but maybe some block, like fear a little bit. Because I think a lot of people, when we say we need, it can bring up some people's fears, and instead of saying, hey, I would love to share more closeness with you, which would be the second part. So we're doing this first part, you're doing that, you have this kind of like clunky dialogue, and then you end and you say thank you. Then you come back, you sit in that, what do I think this relationship needs? Then you say, how can I give this to myself right now? Or, what do I need in order to bring more of that to this relationship? What do I need in order to bring more vulnerability and emotional expression? Well, I need to know that he's not going to be mad at me, that he's not going to call me crazy or stupid or make fun of me. That is where you're going to do your next access point connection to this person. You're going to say, hey, so-and-so, I would love to share some more closeness with you. And I have some ideas, but I'm feeling blank. I'm feeling a little bit nervous. And I want to know, can we create, if this is a shared desire, if you would like to share more closeness, can we create some safety, some more safety, cultivate some more safety with agreements, with an agreement that whatever we step into, we're going to hold space for that. And then after the fact, after we say thank you, then we're going to go into if there's a need to respond and interact with all of the information. So I imagine so many different things could come up in this. So play with it. Have fun. Discover where you start to get or where you get whatever it is. So when you're done, switch partners if you want, and then close with some gratitude. Say, I'm no longer your cousin, I'm no longer your friend, your family member, I'm me, thank you. And then try it out with the real person. So thanks again for joining this week. That's the Right Now tool, and we will just close with being present. It's a fascinating thing. Thinking too much, trying so hard. Here we are in the now. Here we are with each other. It's alright to not know what might happen. Have a beautiful week. Thanks for joining. Take good care. Bye for now.